All right, so here is my approach and solution for that project. Let's first take a look at the HTML. I don't have the JavaScript written yet. We'll get to that, but the HTML I do, along with the CSS. So we have an image source with the ball.svg, which the ball.svg is right here. We also have a div class mask with the h1 inside of it, and then we have a div class loader for that line that goes behind it. Now for the Sass or the CSS, we can see we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 role sets. So we have a background, we have the image and loader. So the image itself, which is the basketball graphic, and the loader is position absolute, top, left, and transform. These three values and properties just basically take a position absolute element and just center them horizontally and vertically. We also have the H1 element, nothing special here, the mask overflow hidden, and then the loader right here, which we have a width of 100%, a height of 1 pixel, background of white, and then z-index of -1. So it's behind the ball. Okay, so if I load this up right now without any JavaScript, this is what we look like. So we basically have the end state styled. We can use the gsap set method in order to set those various properties to the initial state. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And so in order to do that, first, we're going to create some constants for these three elements right here that we want to animate. So we have a constant of ball, which is query selector image right here. We also have the h1, which is this element right here. And then we also have the loader, which is the div class loader. Outside of that, we also are going to have our set properties, all right? So gsap set, we're going to set the ball to y% -600. That actually gets us outside of the viewport. We have rotation z of -295 degrees. And again, that will rotate it so that it rotates when it falls in. We also have the gsap set of h1, y% -100%. So that means it's going to be up and outside of that mask. We also have gset loader, scale x is 0. So on the x-axis, which is horizontal, it's scaled all the way to 0. And then we want to make sure we use transform origin, I think it's middle or center, in order to get it to scale out in the background. So we'll see what that looks like in a second. Actually, did I have to use transform origin? No, I didn't actually. It kind of just scaled in naturally because of how we chose to center it as position absolute. So never mind that. So now we're just gonna have literally 3 simple to calls. So gsap 2, the first one's gonna be the ball. And we're gonna say y% is just -50. We're gonna have rotation z of 0. Duration of 2, ease is going to be bounce.out, and that gives us that nice bounce situation. So if I go back, refresh it, there we go. All right, next one, gsap 2, we want to take the h1 element, and then we're going to do a y% of 0 along with a delay of 1.7. So now if we go ahead and review this in the browser, it's going to come down. So 1 second, there it goes. And then also finally, the last call is going to be gsap 2. We're going to take our loader. We're going to do scale x of 1. So that's going to go from scale x of 0, which is defined in the set method up here, to 1. And then we also have a delay of 2. And then finally a duration of 2 as well. So now if we save this, we're going to have the whole experience. Now, is this the most ideal method, having these different 2 methods, you know, kind of working with each other with delays? It's actually not. The preferred method when you're doing animations that have multiple steps like this, they're like sequence animations, is by using the timeline. And the timeline is what we're going to be covering next.